Hi, this is Selena with Clean Eating Selena. Welcome to my first video. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the maximum weight loss program. Also can be referred to the diet that is similar or somewhat outlined in this is a high carb, low fat, plant-based diet. So I have started a 30-day maximum weight loss by Dr. Mcdougall program. Here's the book, you can see it. So definitely worth checking out. He has another book called the Starch Solution. It's got a potato on it. So this is the more advanced version, if you were. So again, it follows high carb, low fat. So I've been doing it for about a week and a half. So before this, I was doing a low carb, high fat, vegan or plant-based diet. I did lose about 4 pounds. You know, sometimes your weight fluctuates, but at the end it was 4 pounds. I don't really felt like I saw the difference in my body. My stomach still didn't look really great comparatively. It was nice eating avocados and nut butter all the time, but I was eating, just to give you a comparison of the low carb, high fat vegan diet that I was eating just for 30 days as a challenge, just like this one, I'm doing it, but I think I'm going to stick to it. But with a low carb, high fat, I was eating at least one avocado a day, usually with dinner. For breakfast, I would have juice or some sort of fruit. I did, now by juice, what I mean is green juice. So this is something that I'm also doing in the high carb, low fat diet or / maximum weight loss 30-day challenge that I'm doing. So I purchased a Kuvings juicer about a couple months ago. So I've been trying to have a green juice in the morning. Now, the only difference with the program I'm doing now is I'm actually not using it as a meal replacement. I'm having oatmeal and then a half of a green juice, or when I can, so at least 3 or 4 times a week, maybe more. So back to the low carb program that I was doing. So that was my breakfast. My lunch was usually a salad with beans pretty consistently, or I would just skip it because I would snack and graze throughout the day. And I am still drinking kombucha. Did it before, doing it now. I've had some stomach issues, and I really feel like it just helps with that good bacteria. Usually just during the week, I'm having maybe half of a bottle of the GT brand. So now on the the low carb, high fat diet, I was snacking a lot. I was eating a lot of fruit. Sometimes I would have a vegan protein shake with banana, almond milk, strawberries or berries, some flaxseed, spirulina. So I don't really do that right now, although I have used a little bit of the vegan protein powder, like a half a scoop, not a full scoop, in my oatmeal a couple times. So that is what I would have for lunch. Now the snacks, I would have the Health Warrior chia seed bars. I don't really like protein bars. I've tried them and I'm not a fan. It's just, they don't taste great after a while. The chia seed bars, they wouldn't be as many calories, but they're high in fat, so I can't really have those right now. Also, the things that I would snack on during the day would be strawberries, banana, apple with almond butter. So a lot of fruit in the previous high-fat, low-carb that I was doing. A lot of fruit. Dinner would be, I've tried the cauliflower rice. That was fun. I did that again with the same thing because it's still allowed. I love zoodles, but mostly it would be salads with beans most of the time. And then I started getting to the point where I just needed something more, so I did end up getting low-carb tortillas. Now, even though some people would say, oh, that's fine, I don't really like to eat too much processed foods. Although before I started either of these 30-day challenges, I was kind of an addict for the bean chips and spicy hummus. It is just one of those yummy snacks that you love, but if you look at the calories, on the hummus, it's like 70 calories or 60 calories per serving, and it's maybe 1 ounce or 2 tablespoons, and then you figure you're eating this small thing of hummus and you've just consumed 600 or 700 calories within a couple days. So pretty high. The bean chips I got were high in fiber and protein, but needless to say, they were processed. And Mcdougall talks about, he explains how your body responds to processed foods and the intestine's absorption, and how it increases the insulin release. So it's a really excellent book. So you should definitely check this out. So I don't eat that anymore. Also, when I was doing high fat, low carb, I was eating a lot of nuts. I'd have raisins. When I went to the movies, I would, instead of having popcorn or anything, I would bring just nuts, almonds, and berries, or sometimes cocoa nibs, and that is really healthy, but it's really high in fat. So as you can tell from the stuff I was eating, yes, very plant-based, but very high in fat, of course, which was what the program was, but also like low carb. So I was not eating oatmeal. So now let's fast forward to what I'm doing now. So now I'm doing the Mcdougall program for maximum weight loss, which is basically Starch Solution. Some people would also consider this a version of the potato diet. It is a little bit more strict, but I really like what is outlined. So I started this a week and a half ago. I have lost about a pound and a half, and not only, now I know I just started, but I actually feel like I look really good. Now, when I first started it, I was a little bit bloated in my stomach, but you go from no carbs to eating a bunch of potatoes, your body's like, yes, finally. But no, I don't really have any issues with that anymore. Just eat normally. And I finally was able to cook rice, and it tasted good. So that was an achievement. But breakfast with my high carb, low fat, again, maximum weight loss program, I've been having oatmeal, and then I would have maybe a half of a green juice. When I say half, about 16 ounces. If you want to know what I put in my green juice, it kind of varies, but usually it's cucumber, celery, and kale. And then the stuff that I alter, I'll put in mint or parsley, and sometimes I'll put in beets and a lemon, and maybe a carrot. Now I know carrots are really high in sugar, so I'm trying to not do that, but mostly just greens if I can. But if you want to know why I juice, just a side note, there is a study by a physician that actually kind of inspired me to go vegan more than a year and a half ago. It's called the Gersten diet. So basically, it's the idea that plant-based nutrition, if you supercharge your body with juice and healthy vegetables and fruits, it can heal all sorts of diseases, which it can still be possible with any plant-based diet, but it's just more an advanced version, and juicing is part of that. I technically have not purchased the book. I've read the studies online and watched some YouTubes from the Gersten therapy, some of their videos, but juicing, plant-based, vegan, it can heal cancer, heart disease, type 2 diabetes. There's some really amazing things, and I do not have any chronic disease. I mean, I have asthma, but it's pretty serious. I've had it since I was born, so sorry, my vegan diet has not healed my asthma. But it's not as bad as it was before, especially when I cut out cheese. So I like juicing. I feel like I really want the extra nutrition. Another great resource to check out is crispycancer.com. Just the idea, if you're not vegan and you're curious about a plant-based diet and you want to learn more, just check out crispycancer.com. Amazing videos and testimonies about people who switched from the standard American diet to plant-based and healed their cancer, healed their diseases, and are not looking back. Okay, so coming back, that's why I juice. So rabbit trail gone. And so breakfast, I'm doing about same thing, about maybe 3 or 4 times a week, if not more. I'll do a green juice and oatmeal, and I love oatmeal. So one thing I love about oatmeal, which I missed when I did the first 30-day challenge, which was low carb, is it really fills me up. So I have a desk job, work 8 hours a day, and I don't want to have to get off the phone because I'm tied to my desk, I'm tied to a phone, and you can't get up a lot. I mean, preferably you shouldn't be getting up and down and eating between calls. So oatmeal has really been great for that because it keeps me full for so long. That soluble, insoluble fiber. I don't really like processed oatmeal if I can. I got the, I'm not quite sure the name of the brand, Red Hill, something like that. It's organic oatmeal, really thick, but it's great in the morning. I tried to limit my sugar. Now, Dr. Mcdougall says you don't have to quit sugar, but just use it very minimal, just for taste. Just don't use it to cook with. So I prefer coconut palm sugar because it's lower glycemic. Now, I'm not drinking any coffee or tea because it's not really part of the program. When I was not doing the program, when I was doing low carb, high fat, I was drinking tea. I try to keep to decaf. I'm a little caffeine sensitive and have some insomnia, so I shouldn't really have a lot of caffeine because I stay up pretty late. So not really too much stevia anymore. So the breakfast, I'm still putting a little bit of flaxseed, just maybe a half to a whole teaspoon in the morning with my oatmeal, just for the omegas. And again, just a few times I'm doing maybe a half a scoop of the protein powder, but it's not something that you need on this plan. It's just, yeah, something that I just added, and banana and or strawberries from the farmer's market. So that's my breakfast normally. I would like to do potatoes and vegetables maybe this coming week because I love doing kidney beans with a potato scramble, and you're doing the broccoli and the bell pepper and green onions. It tastes so good. Okay, so what am I eating for lunch on the Maximum Weight Loss program? So I am usually just using my leftovers. I just make extra when I'm cooking dinner and I bring it to work because I only have a 30-minute lunch, so it's very short. I mean, you basically don't have room to do a lot after you fill up your water, use the restroom, find a spot outside, grab your lunch. It's maybe you have 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes to eat. So sometimes I don't even have time to eat very much, if anything. So, but I am bringing my leftover rice or potatoes and then my salad with my beans. I just get organic beans. Also, I try to eat only organic. I've been doing that for a long time. There's a lot of junk in the pesticides and genetically modified food. So if you can eat organic, it's better for your body. So rice, potatoes, yes, I use ketchup, spring mix with some tomatoes, cucumber, and just a little rice, or sweet potatoes, also russet potatoes. I like baking my potatoes into fries. I think they are just so amazing. It's so easy to do. You just use parchment paper. Look at the little box when you buy it. Don't heat the oven over 420 degrees, and you don't have to clean your pan. They don't get stuck. You just put your potato slices on there and check them every 15 or 20 minutes, flip it, season, and no oil. So I'm not using any oil, and it does not need oil to cook it. It tastes delicious. And that brings me to dinner, which I just told you that what I'm eating. So what about snacks? My snacks have been definitely decreased, so I'm not hungry all the time like I was before. I thank my oatmeal for that, but also the carbs, which is the whole premise behind the maximum weight loss. Is Mcdougall talks about eating, make sure you're having enough of those starches or plant-based carbohydrates because you don't want to be ravenous, you don't want to be hungry, you want to make sure your body's satiated. So it definitely does the trick. But when I do want a snack, I can't have nuts, I can't have my chia seed bar anymore, and I want to limit my fruit. So let's see, I'm trying to figure out what I'm eating. I guess I'm just not snacking that much. maybe I'll have a half a banana. I did kind of cheat a little bit and have one of my coconut yogurts. They're just so good, and it is low in fat. The sugar, I mean, you can't really win, so it's not really recommended. But drinking water or my juice, I try to just do that. Again, green juice. If you're juicing fruit, it's really high in sugar. A lot of people don't recommend it. There's great nutrition in it, but if you're trying to lose weight, don't juice a bunch of sugary stuff. So I'm only a week and a half in. Again, I've lost about 1.5 pounds, and some of you might say, well, you lost 4 pounds doing low carb. Well, I don't think, I like the science behind the high carb, low fat, because it does make a lot of sense. High fat is not really good for you, good for your body, inside, your heart. It's just long-term, it's not a good long-term solution. And also, I don't feel like I looked as good. Yes, 4 pounds is an achievement, but it was kind of fluctuating. One day I'd be down a couple pounds, the other day I'd go back up to my starting weight. And I started thinking, well, maybe the reason that I lost that weight is not because I was doing high fat. Maybe it's because I was juicing in the morning. I was using a juice as a meal replacement because I felt like I didn't have anything else to eat in the morning that I'd want to make. So something else to consider. But I am not doing that as a meal replacement. I'm having it in addition to or as a snack. And I'm drinking less juice, and I'm having oatmeal, and I'm still slimming down, and actually my little muffin top, little love handles are going down. I'm really happy. But I am doing this for 30 days, so I'm going to try to check back with you and let you know how it's going. Hopefully it will be good and I'll lose a little bit more. But as far as fitness, some of you might be wondering, well, are you working out? Yes, I am working out. So I have been doing a 12-week program by Kayla Itzines Beachbody Guide. This is something that I have been trying to complete for maybe 2 years on and off. I'll get 6 weeks in, and then I get injured, or it's school, I have too much homework, or I don't feel good, or I just make excuses, and I don't finish it. And there's so much time between the last workout and then when I finally do want to work out that I just start over because there's no point, because it gradually gets more difficult. But I'm on week 8, just about done. I'm going to start week 9, so I'm getting close to my 12 weeks. But what this program is circuits. You're doing 7-minute circuits, and there's 4 circuits, so it's about 35 minutes. And you do that 2 or 3 times a week. And in addition to that, on separate days, you are doing cardio or low intense steady state, about 35 to 45 minutes. I love running. I was really inspired to do another half marathon this year, another race, and then we just got hit with the worst unimaginable heat, and I'm pretty sure I gave myself a minor heat stroke last week for running an hour in 100-degree weather. No joke. I had a headache that would not go away. I was not coming off caffeine, and I was staying hydrated. Tylenol didn't really help, and I'm better now, but it's kind of scary. So don't go running in 100-degree weather. It's not great for your body. So I'm going to go later to the gym, go walking or running, and that's what I'm doing. So it's sometimes I walk, I just don't feel like running. Again, I told you I have asthma. I'm a slow runner. I kind of have to be consistent to build up my running time, but just do something, be active. But I've been doing this before I did at either of the programs is the workouts. I like to stay active, and maybe 3 or 4 times a week, maybe 5, I'll try and work out. But thanks for watching. And again, if you would like to check out what I'm eating or my workouts, you can check out Organic Food Fitness on Instagram. I am creating a new Instagram for Clean Eating Selena because this is a new channel for me, and I want to have new Instagram just dedicated to this kind of stuff. So you can check out both of them, but most of the pictures are going to be on Organic Food Fitness. Thanks for watching, and go vegan.